So I'm thinking about the war in Vietnam in light of the transactions, the heroin transactions that took place with I want to say this. I want to say that we supported South Korea over North Korea because I want to say that North Korea, usually most things that grow agriculturally grow in the South. So South Korea had heroin and poppy plants and heroin in that order. And so being that America had fought quite a few wars before then, opium was always a commodity for wounded soldiers. So with that being said, America probably knew that in light of other wars that were pending based upon, Central Intelligence, I would say that securing the poppy fields in southern Vietnam, I say Korea, didn't I? Yeah. No, South Vietnam was actually advantageous to sending soldiers to war, and that was the least of concessions that could be made for their injured soldiers. But that only meant that whatever pretense that we were led to believe was the initial cause of the war was not that. It was not that. It was not that. It was basically thank you, Heavenly Father. It was basically an example of them preparing for future wars. And with that being the case, I would go so far as to say that they had at that point in time, okay, that war ended from like probably 1969. It was only 4 years after that. It was 4 years after that. It was 4 years after that we went off the gold currency scale, which meant that we knew that credit was coming in by the 80s. 6 years later, credit was coming in by the 80s. With credit coming in by the 80s, 6 years later, that meant that this country was going to be run the fuck over with the promise of opium. You know what I'm saying? They knew it. Like okay, we had the buppies and the black entrepreneurs, the yuppies, the white entrepreneurs in the 80s. Those movies like Midnight Hour or some shit, like Griffin Dunn, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers had credit and shit. Credit destroyed America. Credit destroyed it because it had us spending beyond our means on a personal level. Now we're at the point of CBDC, central bank digital currency, where we're going to have to actually concede. I mean, the way I see it is like this. Whatever they did see when they went to Vietnam and those other countries, they saw a potential workforce. And more than that, which I will not comment on because I don't know to comment on it. I don't know enough to comment on it, And so with that being said, that has been prepping everything for now. We only had from 1974 to now, really, we only had from the beginning of the Vietnam War to 2000. It was already a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So now everything is wrapped up, and I don't know the role that Russia will play in it, no more than the fact that I've already speculated and anticipated that Russia will probably, if they want America, if they want it, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, China, they don't want America. We don't have anything here. We don't have any gold here. China's in Africa. They're in Africa getting gold from Africa. So with that being said, I'll not hesitate to say that where we are now with the central bank digital currency, I'll say that we are in the we're getting ready. Fun time is over. Fun time, you know what I'm saying? Fun time is over, yo. I mean, it depends on what you call fun. See, some people, they're all into like the drugs and shit, cigarettes. That ain't worth a goddamn, I'm sorry. It ain't worth a good goddamn. Actually, it robs you of your life. And the pyramid on the back of a dollar bill, which is basically going to be obsolete, which means that shit means nothing. That shit going to be historical. You might want to fucking screenshot that shit. Screenshot the motherfucking the calligraphy and artwork on the back of a dollar bill. You know what I'm saying? screenshot the calligraphy and the artwork on the back of a dollar bill and get ready for this CBDC, which means that basically we don't have any money. Central bank digital currency means that we'll be spending the credits. Even the idea itself is not an American idea. It's not even an American, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. It's not an American idea. But it is the best of all ideas in light of supply chain crisis and things of that nature, where it seems like people will be, scrambling to get what they need. It guarantees that you'll have what you need based upon the more prominent economic trends, like what people are buying the most of, and what will be allotted unto you as far as perishables. Because aside from hoarding a whole bunch of shit, I would say perishables in terms of food items, those are the best ones to have. If you got a bunch of shit on your shelf, like fucking laden with preservatives and shit, you don't want that shit. Depends on who you are. Personally, I can't do anything with that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you got a bunch of preservatives, like if you're not gonna eat that shit today, then why the fuck do you have it? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I mean, like, that only means that you're gonna fucking have to lock yourself in to wherever the fuck all that shit is at. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like, the most important thing for me right now is soil, the health of the soil. The health of the soil, good pH, agricultural type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And water. And then my man Lewis was talking about that shit. Oh my God. My man said the same shit. Talib Kweli said the same thing on what was that song? Hiding Like Thieves, something. You know what I'm saying? It's that song where he talks about we're not he said we're not vicious, we're just emotional and opinionated. You know what I'm saying? And that shit means a lot to me, to the degree where I realize that it's it's never gonna be what it appears to be. But I guess part of the dare I say fun, part of the fun or the intrigue of it is figuring out what it is. And these headphones are popping out of my ear constantly. So what I'm gonna do here is end this on a 7:38. It's supposed to have been 31 degrees out here, but it's fucking hot as fuck. So I'm about to come out a lot of this shit, which I know for, Heavenly Father's plan for me is that I have a different route as opposed to what I had previously planned. And I'm going through here. Matter of fact, like I said before, hold on. I think I stepped in some scuff in my shoe or some shit. But yeah, it's interesting. Peace, peace.